ended up going there. I don't know necessarily how to feel. Fluxo Demons has a higher win percentage on it recently, but has also banned it more than Atrix has. Atrix had this incredible map during Season 4 where they went 28-24. It went overtime after overtime. So hopefully we don't quite see it going that far, because of course best of 3, you don't want it to drag out that early on in the series. But it's time to kick it off. Pistol round, map number 1 of the South America ESL Impact Season 5.
Oh boy, Fluxo gonna kick things off here on that CT side. Duely's in hand here for Atrix, the firepower already being brought to the table. But at this moment, Atrix perhaps not quite looking to go that way just yet, heading straight into middle. But they're already having a setup here. Poppins peeking. Oh, wow, that's one kill. Goddess finds another one, and they have crunched him completely, sending the last 2 remaining players straight here into that B-bomb. So it's still a fight being met, but they at least deal with Goddess for the time being.
Absolutely. I was so worried when that Molotov came out. I thought that maybe it could buy them that little bit of space towards Donut. Unfortunately, doesn't. They're dancing around backside here. But they've managed to whittle it down to a 2v2, make that a 2v1. And Julie from behind coming out, spots both of them, unfortunately taken down. That'll be the pistol round to Atrix, and you could see them getting loud already.
That was a great round. And the adaptation there that they made was quite insane, because there was such a good start already in that round, and wasn't come easy to try and make something out of that round still. But that means money to the table. But Fluxo, it's not going to be sitting still whatsoever. Pistols, even an SMG being bought here. Poppins bringing that firepower, and a bunch of nades as well, raining down on mid and burning Sophia alive as well. So that's good early damage, but now how will they capitalize? And they go for a very aggressive push. So far, so good. And they find an additional player. Can they take Lil Z down? Oh, it's a bit awkward here. The rest of the cavalry slowly coming to arrive. A bit too late, though. Silent will find one, but is a bit of trouble. The bomb dropped. She's by herself. Now the rest is wrapping around for the other way.
Ooh, there's a bit of a pincer going on here. They've got to be careful here, Fluxo Demons. Gets the first, second cleaned up, though.
Not quite in time, and now it's just pistols left for the 2 remaining players, but maybe it's fine. Maybe a headshot is all you need. Fluxo Demons steal the second round away.
Absolutely incredible. And on what wasn't a great buy as well, of course, losing that CT side pistol round initially can be really damaging to the long term of the beginning of the half. In fact, it can be really damaging to the first half in general. So to come back like that with the limited weaponry that they had, absolutely incredible. Atrix gonna be forcing up a little bit here as well, but honestly, not much of a buy for Fluxo Demons to contend against.
Very heavily here towards an A split, 3 down towards their main, and actually Poker almost sneaking through red room, but decides to back out. Doesn't want to overstep, wants to stick to a teammate.
I get caught out here though. You can see Younger.
Oh,
Fine.
Well, here's your opening. Smoke down here as well towards Donuts, so this makes things a bit awkward, but Atrix not picking up the pace just yet, being super careful, and of course they know that very easily behind those smokes is going to be the defense line set up. But a bomb plant, that's already a big win here for Atrix. How much more can they get out of this round?
Apparently a lot, actually. Couple more kills. They are at a player disadvantage here, but the resmoke coming out has held at bay those Donut players and bought them quite a bit of time there. But with Atrix taking down Little Z, it's just Sophia left. Gets the first, goes for the second, gets the second, taken down, however, by the third from behind. Not quite able to spin around in time. Not quite able to keep enough ammo in the gun for that. But they definitely bring it close.
And it was almost too close for comfort that continuously these force rounds almost, well, in the case of Fluxo did win, but here almost winning against...
they're making it expensive, which is really good as well, because it means that even though it's a round win for Fluxo, they have to rebuy 4 weapons. Their money already not in an amazing place. It means that they can't build up this economy, and it stops them getting really far ahead in these early rounds.
And now Fluxo at least having 2 in a row, that's big. Even with it being costly, but Atrix's money is just completely down the drain. Have to go for bad pistols. Well, some upgraded.
A couple of deagles there, yeah.
I mean, we have seen what the pistols can do on the flip side of Fluxo, but man, they go in aggressive once more. Really giving no space to Atrix at all.
Absolutely, and both of those kills going untraded. So just a 2-player advantage. There's a bit of information off the back of it, I guess, but not much to work with here. Ogre gonna be peeking mid here. Ooh, might have spotted the head there.
Well, the smoke certainly reveals the position either way. Information gained, but Atrix with 3 women still have to get a game plan on board. The bomb dropped close towards spawn as well. It's an awkward spot to pick up.
I'm gonna say not quite fed any information there.
Well, that's the case, but still 50 seconds, you have to wrap around, find a bomb if you want so, or maybe just try and go to see if you can steal some of these weapons away, do damage, but it's not really going to be the case at all. Now Goddess is activated, here's the footsteps, finds a bit of extra cash for herself.
Flawless round there from Flux as well, keeping all 5 alive. A lot of damage on it, a couple of those players, but honestly, nothing too serious as well. Goddess going to be clinging on to that SMG for a little while longer, sadly. That's one of the difficulties, is having a flawless round like that. It's really nice, builds up that money, but also you are stuck on your slightly worse for wear weapons. But honestly, it doesn't seem like they need an upgrade right now. They're keeping this pretty calm.
Uh-oh, I see a lot of action here towards Speedway. Goddess surely should hear those footsteps. Poppin's also activated, but busy with so much util that is raining down in mid in a very awkward position. You're right above her, but don't dare to peek just yet. It could have been an opportunity to take Poppins out. And instead, ooh, well, there we go. There's the timing. Marie finds that kill. This time, opening in favor of Atrix. Ooh, and another hit spotted. Further information, but how much are we going to be giving this up? You'll continue to want to engage. Well, Fluxo continues to push. They've done this in a fair amount of rounds already, and now Atrix is just being patient, just waiting these pushes.
They have indeed, and they're not being very aggressive here. They're playing very passively, letting Fluxo play into them, and it's working so well for them, making Fluxo make the first mistake, first move as well, just reading and playing off the back of it. They do have to start moving towards a bomb site. They don't have much footing towards, got a little bit towards B, but they really need to get a move on. There comes the utility, a little bit of a peek around the corner. Molotov gonna hold them at bay though, and that timer starting to slowly creep down.
Decisions will have to be made. I think it's still, well, I wanted to say still leaning towards B, but that's going to be a long rotation with very little time to get a bomb plant. So a lot here riding on Junger. Right beside the box, Simon walking right. Oh, there we go. Right towards the hands of Junger. That's the kill taken. 10 seconds surely, but now they're going to be walking straight into the mouth of the beast. Truly only one standing. Yeah, not going to happen.
Not going to happen at all. Beautiful bomb plant as well. Gives them that little bit of extra money as well. Just padding the pockets. And kept a lot of utility over from that round as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, a little bit playing the long game here as well. Fluxo Demons, I think, finally an acceptable one to lose. But having said that, we talked about the weapons that they hadn't been able to upgrade. They still haven't managed to upgrade them. They're still on that FAMAS and the SMGs as well. They're playing very much on the back foot here. Ooh, a lot of early aggression in mid. Smoked off as well. It will just allow them to take that control.
I mean, Fluxo has been punished for all the aggression they've been showing thus far. So perhaps tempted to be a bit more passive this time around. But, you know, at what time do you decide that maybe you do need to take some control over the map? Well, contact has been made. Poppin's alarmed. Rotation does come over, but that is one that has already fallen. And maybe you need more than just this SMG on the side, or perhaps not. That's another dink. Boker actually dies. And so far, the defense still standing tall.
Is indeed, but they're running out of utility now. Just that Molotov left, and they've still got to try to get this bomb down. Molotov, if they throw it towards Donut, will keep Goddess at bay here. That smoke just keeping Younger out as well. There we go, spotted on the corner, not quite able to get the kill. It's Goddess. And now forced out by that Molotov, but look at that. The team comes together. They annihilate what's left of that attack. And they put a 4th round on the board. What momentum we thought could start to be being built up here, immediately snatched back by Fluxo Demons.
And that ending was a bit awkward. You would expect that a Molotov would, you know, force a player out and you could peek them, but instead it resulted in a double swing in a very awkward position for Atrix to still stay alive. Yeah, it kind of backfired on them. But a new round, a new chance to see if they can make this work. Still AKs on board on the majority of them. Utility a bit more dire. But nothing impossible. Not if you have Boker on your squad. Opening kill once again secured.
Poppins, unfortunately, being the first to go down in a lot of these rounds, albeit not really affecting the outcome of the round too much. Ooh, caught on the edge is the smoke. Malik's able to trade that right back immediately, luckily. Xenon's gonna be forced back, however. You're just gonna fall back a little bit here. Play it a little bit more passively. Moving away from the site a little bit here. Maybe a bit of a miscall considering where that bomb is looking at heading. Peek down mid, and when they see that mid's clear, they're maybe gonna have a bit of a suspicion.
Ooh, very important kill to be getting, but that was only the lurk player. B still completely open. I think they will hear that Util falling down. That's a great timing. Incendiary out on the side. Burns Marie actually quite heavily. They still keep those T's busy. No Chanta planting thus far. And actually forces them to continue to peek on out. Will get Younger in the process. But still, one player heavily tagged up. 20 seconds. Oh, and this is so awkward. No one checking the close corner. But Little C stands tall, and the HP makes all the difference.
That got a little bit scary towards the end there. Could have swung either way. As you said, HP just not really on their side. But something I think is quite interesting about Fluxo Demons here as well is these Molotovs being thrown to force them back off the angle is just pushing them further forward. And in this instance, it does actually work out for Atrix. A lot of the times, it's just forced these firefights and backfired greatly. But I think it's quite nice to see, actually, you know, do you run back? Do you just take the fight? They've been taking the fight. Atrix making it close. They're not letting Fluxo Demons get too far ahead of themselves on their side here. Look how far they've made.
This is quite insane.
So
that was a bit awkward.
A little bit awkward, but they get the bomb down. The re-smoke comes out as well. They are either going to have to disrespect these smokes or just fall back a little bit. And they really don't have the weaponry or utility to be fighting this. So maybe back away a little bit. Play for some exits, but this round already looks way beyond done.
I mean, you ideally just want to save. This is not even exit territory because they fully invested into this round. You need to hold on to whatever you got. You know, next round will be an eco, so if you can at least have an SMG, upgraded weaponry, or even, you know, something simple as a smoke or an incendiary here, could make a big difference here to the next round.
Indeed. And luckily they will all be allowed to live with their life. Sofia definitely having a look, hunting a little bit towards the end there. They have the money to throw a couple of players at it. Tactical timeout being called first of the map, first of the series as well. I like this being placed here as well. They had a very strong couple of rounds. They're starting to lose that momentum that we saw them start to build. Try to figure out maybe what's going wrong, what's going differently. And I think it's very much been a change of pace from Atrix. We saw them very passive at the start. They are rushing these sites now. They're taking that space. They're getting the bomb down early. And I think Fluxo Demon's just struggling to counter that a little bit at times.
Yeah, Fluxo kicked off with a lot of aggression early on, and I think they were perhaps taken aback with how well Atrix was dealing with those kind of pushes eventually. So now their game plan is perhaps a little too passive, and Atrix can sort of abuse it. So with that timeout having been called, I'm wondering to see what the approach will be, even with the lesser weaponry on their end.
Absolutely, and there is no utility to work with at all. Have a look, they are just running it down. Chips in the night there. The trigger discipline didn't really see anyone absolutely failing them there, and they're already on the site at Atrix. Beaten in one by one, just allowing these isolated duels to be taken. Now it's just Atrix.
Oh man, straight into the barbecue as well. That's just rough. Yeah, you know, at that point, you know, just gonna have to try something. And you might as well just go for it. You're gonna be having a full buy anyway here in round number 10. But this is extremely competitive. I would reckon more competitive than I was expecting up front.
I'll say it. I am pleasantly surprised by this. I thought that Fluxo teams, especially on CT side Ancient, were just going to run away with themselves. But it is, of course, first match of the series. Maybe warming up a little bit. Of course, they will warm up beforehand, but warming up into this level of gameplay. Here on the edge of the smoke, having a little dance around. And they've decided to switch up the pace. This is something that's quite interesting, is we've talked about them having super fast entries onto these sites. Sometimes they like to just play it slower, and it completely out of the blue as well here. Keeps Fluxo Demons just guessing.
Oh, this is nice. So, you know, to take things slow early on in the round, just see where Fluxo Demons has taken some space across the map, and then try and abuse the fact that here, for example, you know, they're heavily invested into mid, and then go straight up for a B. Execute thus far. I want to say so good. Spray down through the smoke. Punishes Younger. But, okay, Goddess comes in with a raw firepower. Tries to abuse Atrix here, but still being a woman up. But before I say that, blink of an eye, and Poppins has taken out one more, making it a 2-on-2. But once again, rotation has come through, now forcing Fluxo to take the long walk around. Bomb heading here towards A instead. 30 seconds, easy plant. And this is going to be very troublesome. There's no util whatsoever for Fluxo, having to do it just with bare aim.
Absolutely, but same could be said for Atrix. No utility to keep them as bay as well. We saw that there's so many places where there's so many angles to watch here as well. They can figure out where they're coming from, but they still got to try to figure out if they're going through the cave. Ooh. Nice little tap on the bomb, but look at that. Murray with 2 as well. A little bit of help from Little Zed in the donut as well. But they take the lead now. They start to consolidate that lead, and no matter how these final 2 rounds go as well, that's a really solid T side coming out from them. You know, 6 rounds on T side Ancient, you take those as well, especially if you can secure that next pistol. If they can get another round.
Yeah, Fluxo invested so much into mid early rounds, so much util, kind of, well, not completely gone to waste because it's still control that they've gotten. But Atrix decided to punish, and then by the time they have sort of, you know, managed to retake up on B site, the bomb built, and it went completely say, and then you have nothing for the donut crosser whatsoever. You're just panicking, freaking out, having to double swing, but at the same time, the bomb continuing to tick. So it's a very tough dilemma. Sending now Atrix up 6 rounds, Fluxo back on an eco.
Goddess choosing to back away a little bit. Good timing, I think, there as well, but has left a bit of a weak spot for Fluxo Demons there. They are very much huddled over towards this B site, readying the utility. It will be Fluxo Demons having to rush on over to the site as well. Actually, they've already started to rotate Younger over. Good sign, a little bit of extra firepower to try keep this bomb from going down, because once that bomb goes down, they've very much struggled on these retakes, losing so many people in the process. And that'll be the call to action there. All of the utility comes raining down around them. Goddess up close with that pistol, immediately taken down, however. Younger trying to find something, but just so many bodies. Annex gonna get one, but Mari immediately biting right back. bomb gonna go down. And we said once it goes down, a little bit of a death wish, especially with Atrix going down.
Yeah, this round is very tough to still get going. At least you kind of hope that you can sneak in a kill or two. That would be very nice. Poppin's going for it. Only one still standing. And of course, already a position being known. Kind of waiting. A bit of a death sentence here.
What else can you really do? Just firing off a couple of shots. Oh, I say that. Beautiful little headshot. But just going to run away now. Nothing more they can do. One team to keep hold of that deagle. There is some money in the bank available for this final round. I say that. Not even going to be allowed to escape with that pistol.
Yeah. So 7-4 last round of the half. And a little update as well on another stream. We have, of course, the community stream going on with the fellow matchup with Furia against W7M. Furia is the first map up already, having won 13-10 close. But they have stolen the map pick away of W7M.
Absolutely. Furia definitely one of the favourites to win. Good to see them taking the first map. But, you know, underdog story W7M, a lot of people very excited to see them back, of course, because they did play a couple of seasons ago, if I am not mistaken, Villas. So it's nice to see them returning once again to the server.
Yeah, and then back to our game, because this is the last round of the half.
It is. We finally have warps.
There's a lot of riding here on this round, and oh, this is an awkward situation. You would think someone would be able to kill Poppins, but absolutely not. Crossfires galore, and Fluxo stays alive with the exception of Anna X. But that's just Little Z. An open hand. I think the first ones here being bought.
Seen all match,
yeah.
And it's in the last round of the half. And unfortunately,
they're not even
not
going to be
able
used,
to use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has the bomb, though. Only silver lining here. Has the bomb.
Yeah, 1 versus 4. I mean, I've seen crazy things, but this would be absolutely nuts if Little Z can pull this off. Players already rotating in, but there we have it. Goddess takes the final kill, making it still competitive. 7-5 here in half number 1, and catch us right after the break with half 2.
Take me back to where we were before. I know that you wanna go for sure. Take a chance and you will see some more. Come on, hun, what are you waiting for? Take me back to where we were before. I know that you wanna go for sure. Take a chance and you will see some more. Come on, darling, what you waiting for?
and welcome back, wonderful people. We are off the back of a 7-5 half. Not exactly how we expected it to go as well. Atrix Esports bringing out the fire for the first match of ESL Impact Season 5 South America. Now, Fearless, how are we feeling going into this second pistol round?
This is wild. If Fluxo wants to get this map going, they need this pistol round, especially here. Ancient T side. Oh, so far, good damage dealt already. A player up here for Fluxo and a bomb immediately being planted. So they try to get every advantage they possibly can get on board. Trying to get a time on their side here as well. And that smoke being up, further delays happening. And yeah, this kind of separates the CT side at the moment. We have Little Z still waiting here for that smoke to fade up in CT and being met with dualies right in the face. Boko only one still standing. There's still so many angles to check, not aware of the position of Goddess, and here we have it. Fluxo Demons get the dream back going with the pistol round.
Does indeed, and that should be the exact thing they need to equalize this scoreboard as well. Money going to be a little bit tight here for Atrix Esports. Now, we did see on our first half, this exact same thing happened. We saw the conversion round stolen away from under the noses of Atrix Esports. So maybe we see something a little bit of a reverse here, because they have decided to force into this one as well.
That's the day of the Force. And I think also, you know, with how in CS2 the rounds amount shortened, sometimes these teams panic, especially in a very close game like this. Thus far, there has been a kill found on either side. But Atrix kind of give Fluxo back a little present. This is similar like what Fluxo did on their own half with the pushes, the aggressive playstyle, and now it's Atrix doing the same! Mating up with a Mech 10, but once again, they do manage to trade.
Yeah, Poppins there had managed to weasel away into the back line a little bit. And that might have given them a bit of advantage, but only good for one kill there. It has really split this up. We can see that Goddess very much alone on an island here on that B side, but causing problems nonetheless. Has brought a little bit of time and has actually brought a lot of attention over as well for these A players.
Marie's still close. Here's that smoke drop. Is in a very tough spot to try and deal with a bomb being planted. Here's the planting sound, not quite being made. Ooh, shot landed. Makes things even more competitive and now has to wait for her teammate to get beside her. Maybe she wants to go for it herself. But that's extremely tricky.
That smoke doesn't help matters either.
Missed shot. Very unfortunate, leaving Boko 36 HP in a dream, but it's being shattered down to pieces. And Fluxo with that, winning back-to-back rounds. No force buy. That wins it out again.
Sadly,
with that even scoreline.
It is indeed. What a way to kick off this series as well. But unfortunately, that doesn't mean the money situation for Atrix. Pretty miserable right now. We could see a couple of nades being bought, which I'm very curious to see what they want to do with this. Given that 3 of them have an HE, maybe we're going to go for a little bit of a nade stack here. There we go. Unfortunately, no one home to receive, really. Not a point of damage splashed onto a single one of these Fluxo Demon players. Gamble stack, unfortunately, that is where the name comes in. Gamble is not going to be paying out for them as they head over towards this A site. We can see Boca having a little bit of a nosy towards mid. Not really getting too adventurous here.
Yeah, the stack unfortunately not quite working out here for Atrix. This should be an easy bomb plant here. Smokes up, mollies up, bomb plant.
Yeah, there's not much I can see Atrix being able to do. They've got not much. They've got 2 flashbangs on Boko. But that alone, I think, they've got a pretty impenetrable defense here for this bomb plant Fluxo Demons. We can see maybe a little bit of poking. Flashbang to get them into Donut. They do actually get a kill onto Younger off the back of it as well. Xenon coming in from spawn. Actually, Julie going to be the one to keep it cool and gets 3 pop-ins with the last 2. And what was gearing up to be maybe a little bit of an attempt at a retake immediately shut down with violence.
Yeah, I reckon at that point you just want to see how much damage you can do, considering how Fluxo Demons, you know, their economy is somewhat there. Of course, 2 back-to-back, now 3 rounds. But if you can do at least some economic damage, try to keep it competitive, then maybe if you get, you know, for example, 2 rounds of your own, you can break their economy, get back in the lead, and see where that CT half can take you.
The orb coming out a lot earlier in this half as well. Of course, we only saw the orbs in the last round of last half. Actually, not going to be the weapon doing the most damage here, actually. It's just the rifles, I say that. The USPS getting one of its own. 3v2 now. Now, orb finally making its way over. The Molotov gunner, unfortunately, be holding it back for a little bit, though.
Oh, the swing, it comes through. Boko, unfortunately, a misspray. And I thought this was perhaps a very tricky situation for Fluxo, being that the 2 players are very much separated. And now X now also spotted on the cross. At least both of them can group up here towards that A-bomb site. But the CTs have a faint feeling where that bomb is going to head. So already aligned up. Good flashbang. That will at least keep Marie here at bay. Oh, but that is absolutely disgusting. Orb shot through the smoke, of course, knowing where common planting positions are. That was a relatively easy spam, but likewise, Poppins gets sprayed through the smoke as well. Finds another kill, and now Little Z versus Poppins, but she looks away, expecting Little Z to come from a different angle. So that's just, it's just very, very rough, but man, what a wild retake that was.
Absolutely, that orb still in hand as well, so we'll get to see it played a couple more times this half at least. But again, just keeping the rounds even at the top of the board here as well. 8 and 8, keeping us on the edge of our seats. And again, as you said, all just a matter of looking at the wrong place at the wrong time. One too many angles to hold from there. That is the difficulty, is you have that little bit of safety. I do just want to stop for a second because I do see an XM. And for anyone that knows anything about me, I'm a big fan of the shotguns. Now, Ancient, not a map where we see the XM get a lot of love and attention, so I will be quite curious. Definitely a good place to play it here, but whether anyone's going to walk into her, another matter.
Quick aggressive peek. No one spotted at the moment, but she has a very cheeky angle if anyone were to come from Speedway. But at the same time, Fluxo takes the heat right towards that A-bomb site, takes the Marie, and already being a player down. Atrix will have to pick up the pace, get the retake going. And it's a bit unfortunate that Boko, of course, once again smoked off in a donut position, has to wait for the team to arrive. It's not impossible. 4 on 5 is doable, but so much U2 in place and still a bunch left. Definitely does not make things easy. Flash on the side, 2 players blind. Maybe now is the opportunity. First kill coming through, but on the flip side, 2 return, making it ever so competitive.
Initial missed shot, and a second one as well from you that has caused a lot of issues. Doesn't miss a third time though. Trying to stick that defuse. No, there's no other option, but that is Goddess's playing ground. Gets the kill, takes the 9th round, and manages to get just far enough away and in time that they don't die to the bomb there. But that was a difficult one. The retake, very scary, and especially with one of your players having an XM, just really not the weapon for a retake. You know, having to rotate from the other side. You're basically a player down that's just having to play with a pistol at that point, because the XM's good and it's semi-decent at long range, but you really don't want to be playing it at long range. It's not a taking space kind of weapon.
Just sad because, you know, I do understand the idea if you have limited cash available and you want to play the close angle.
XM's quite expensive though.
I mean, yes, of course. You could definitely invest into a cheaper SMG.
Max
I think just
swag,
maybe
swag 7.
But yeah, I guess you know, feeling the firepower of a shotgun. In this case, the gamble not quite paying off.
It's the ego trip that you get when you wield a shotgun, and when you get that beautiful little thunk kill with it as well.
I know, it's satisfying, isn't it? Now, what's the plan going to be? Fluxo looks to ramp up here towards that B-bomb site. Of course, on the flip side, there's not that much to work with here for Atrix, so I think no matter really where they go, it should be a relatively easy affair. Well, maybe not if they go in one by one. A bit caught off guard here.
Oh, Goddess doesn't know quite where she's being shot from there.
A bit awkward. Of course, the spam right through the smoke. You kind of just hope that something like that connects. Similar like how that nade almost finished off Marie. Finally, the bullets of the AK will do.
There's not really much left for them to do on this retake either. There's no kit available, no utility available. Money is maybe enough to buy next round if they want to. But of course, loss bonus has been in a really sticky place for both of these teams, going back and forth so much. Finally, it does look like Fluxo Demon's going to put a two round lead. 2 rounds together to take that lead.
Oh, that's nice. So they do take 2 exits up on that round. That's probably, you know, the most you could ask for in this case. You still have an MP9 and Bocor. So, not the worst end result here from such a limited round. But this next round will be important. Fluxo is up on double digits here already. But it needs 3 more.
I heard you talking about how important this round is and called a timeout. They're like, yep, this is a big one. The AWP coming back out as well. It's really nice to see them because both of these teams have quite strong AWPers that we just didn't get to see at all in the first half. So it's nice to finally getting to see them in action with their signature weapons as well.
Yeah. I mean, Younger, arguably the best AWPer within the scene, currently on 9 kills. Still having a bit of a rougher game, but I think partially is also just that first half that didn't quite work in their favour. Only the last round you were able to buy up into an AWP.
It's been a rough round, a rough series, and a rough day for a couple of the players that we've been really talking about. I know that in the Europe game just before us, a couple of the players that everyone was really excited for maybe didn't have as strong of a start as we'd like to see. But again, it is just the week number 1 first series of the ESL Impact Season 5.
Ooh, well, speaking of the impact of the AWP, Little Z takes out Poppins. Of course, a player we highlighted on the Fluxo squad has been doing quite well. 16 kills for her. Impact certainly is noticed on the flip side as well. Little Z wants to keep Atrix within the round. But they have given up the bomb plant once again, and it often puts Fluxo in a very good spot. Oh, Shadow being spotted. That is information. Now, Yuli will take out that kill. Maybe not quite aware that there's another player coming in from behind. The timing is near to perfect. And now, being a woman up, Atrix on here for the retake.
Ooh, spam through the smoke's good. And look at that touch forward as well. They're going to go for the defuse, just spraying down. Having to switch to the pistol. They are just sticking this. Going for the knife kill. Misses! No! No way! Oh, so close. Gets the kill as well at the end. That one hurts for Fluxo Demons.
Yeah, well, you can see the reaction of Sophia there. She was ecstatic. I mean, yeah, that is just amazing. If you just hear someone walking around you, shooting around you, and you remain alive even after the knife.
The nerve.
Absolutely wild.
What a good round to win, though. That's a massive confidence booster. I'll be honest, when that timeout was called, I don't think that's quite what they had in mind. But
no,
a timeout off the back of that for Fluxo Demons, I think, nicely called here. Talk about where we go from here. Because, as you said, that was a really big one for Fluxo to have won. That could have very much secured them, at the very least, I think, map point. But could have very much secured the game. But alas, we continue on. Very close first game as well.
It continues to be competitive. Flux is still a round up, but as you can see, the money is not in the best spot whatsoever. Yuli up on a Deagle, Goddess, Mech 10. And if they lose this round, they're going to be sent straight down towards Eco territory. So that's something, a scenario they really want to try to avoid. Try to keep that lead going, march as soon as possible towards victory here on map 1. But Atrix, this is their shot to steal it perhaps all away.
This is their map pick as well, so it would be a nice one for them to win as well. Especially with both of us putting our predictions against them. Twitch chat, however, was 50-50 about that. Maybe they knew something that we didn't. Murray sees the flashbangs, or maybe doesn't see because of the flashbangs, as utility rains down around them. Has a little bit of support. Really need to get a multi-kill here. It does exactly what is needed of them. Look at that. The backup from Xenon, and it's absolutely perfect. And it's just Poppins left. So far removed. That bomb dropped in unreachable territory. And that'll be Atrix closing up the scoreboard, likely. That weapon probably just going to want to be saved because their money not in a good place.
We're just hoping to be able to save that AK. And how close do you want to get towards that bomb? How much do you want to risk that AK for just maybe an extra kill? I mean, the economy on the flip side is dire as well, but
yeah,
I think
just a bit.
At this stage, you value your own AK more than taking another one away on the flip side.
Oh, massively, massively. Because, as we said, this back and forth has meant that the economy's been not able to stabilize and build up for either team. But you don't really want to risk it at all. Because they've got 3 players, and 3 can buy a lot more than 2 can buy for.
Yeah.
And
but, you know, you could, for example, have someone buy... Well, not quite, actually. I thought maybe an AWP can be invested into, but then I looked at the money and it wasn't quite there yet. But, you know, the impact is noticeable. Little Z up on 15 kills. Marie, Sophia, of course, who is new here within the squad. Fitting in like a glove by the looking at the stats.
On the other side as well, Poppins, the player that we highlighted at the start there, you know, the 17-year-old wonder player, has been stepping up in a big way. Struggled a little bit in the first half, was often the first to go down. And talking of first who goes down, a Molotov kill and then 2 back-to-back headshots has just left Fluxo Demons in pieces. Young are going to be the next to fall, and now it's just Julie with the pistol. Spotted, having to back away. I only just noticed Goddesses scored like 21-13.
Yeah, absolutely wild. I mean, Goddess is a very consistent player. We know she can step up, but yeah, I'm not sure what she has eaten for breakfast, but damn.
I need me some of that.
Popping off. Yeah, exactly. But on the flip side, you know, if it's just Goddess, this is it's still looking a bit rough. Fluxo at least got the money online. Still not in the most optimal form, but it is doable to get a round back going.
Is indeed. Ooh, look at this early aggression from Atrix. I like this a lot. Just storming down mid. Smoked off a little bit up here. There's no information. Fog of War gonna be blocking their sides, but they've taken so much space. They have just left the A site, however, completely undefended. I have a feeling that Julie might notice that.
Oh, punishment has been made here. Marie does fall, but at least Boca finds one back. But of course, that aggression has been noted. And it looks like, for the time being, Fluxo will respect it. It will go the other way. Oh, and this is just brilliant. Little Z already waiting, not giving up this A-bomb site just yet. And now, this is the game. They've played out pretty much perfectly.
That Molotov's so good. Them off. They haven't managed to get the bomb down just yet, so that timer hasn't started looming above Atrix. Ooh, beautiful shot there onto Bogor. They don't know if there's another donut player, however. Actually, there's 2 more now.
Now, this is a bit scary. Time will continue to tick, and there is no further util in the hands of Fluxo to get that bomb planted safely. But Younger. Yeah, this is the play that needs to make or break it. Not quite. This is so unfortunate. And now I reckon Fluxo maybe just... do you still want to go for this 5 seconds? And your heads just get ripped to pieces. Oh, man.
That's a difficult one. It didn't seem like they were prioritizing trying to get that bomb onto site whilst they still had the utility. Because they had the site clear and they had the space to for a while. They had the donut players held at bay. They had the CT players held at bay as well. And that bomb just was very hesitant to move forward. And unfortunately, the timer just dropped too low, and then there was nothing they could do at the end there. They ran out of utility, ran out of time.
I mean, is it just me? But it feels like Fluxo is kind of overthinking these scenarios. How,
just a little bit.
You know, on the flip side, on B, you know, they pushed so far, they got punished, and I think they were perhaps thinking maybe the side is not clear, and they were taking so long in order to feel safe on that bomb site, and by that time all the util had faded away. Yeah, Fluxo can't take forever, now being 2 rounds down, and in fact Atrix is up on map point here. Of course, it is the map pick of Atrix, but it's gotta be quite better.
To defend this against as well. Defend for overtime.
Oh, what? Oh!
Through the woods, there's fire at their feet as well. What a start, so much damage.
No way, that was a double dink
I just had
as
the
well.
dunk. Oh, Sophia has a nice little angle here as well. Through the smoke, gets 1, gets 2. Damage on the 3rd. Unfortunately, it's seen on gonna fall. However, it's a 4v2 and Goddess low on health. Junger, not quite as bad, but still not looking particularly good. Sophia watching this angle might have to be careful. Oh, that Molotov. Gonna force them out. Gets the kill anyway, gets the 2nd, and that's going to be the game. 13-10, beautifully done. And you can see how excited they are. You can see how happy they are about that. That is not how I expected game number 1 to go, but my gosh, what a way to kick this off.
Absolutely wild. Also, hold on a second. Map winner, hold on.